everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I have a new idea, again inspired by the Chatterbox that we made recently. I will link the video for this in the description below if anybody is interested in having a look. And this will be the third item that I create using the Chatterbox as my inspiration. So this is the actual Chatterbox that wasn't inspired by, that is the actual product. And then I had another pocket, I believe, that I created. I don't even remember. Yes, a pocket that I created using the Chatterbox as my inspiration, and I have another take on that I will do now. But first of all, I just wanted to quickly share with you some new digitals that I have. I've mentioned to you in the past that I love obviously I love AntiquePaperie because they are featuring in the journal I'm working in at the moment, and I've used them over and over and over again. I just love their designs. And I have recently purchased some new kits from AntiquePaperie that I have here to share with you. Now, these are a couple more of the limited edition packs. So I'm just going to make sure you can see properly. I'm hoping my camera is going to be good there. Okay, so this is the limited edition pack 90. So they all appear to be numbered. And so if you use the 90 as a reference, then you shouldn't have any trouble finding them on their Etsy shop. So they are usually tags or ATC size or square, some are circles, but that smaller size image. And I just love them. I've used them a few times creating this journal and in a few different ways, and I'm hoping to put some of these to use in my next idea, which is why I'm sharing with you now. So I'm excited to use them. So this is pack 90, and I will just flip you through. These are printed on, oh, I didn't realize that had a little imperfection in it, never mind. These are printed on matte photo paper, just so that you know, and this is all inclusive in this one pack. So the images are just darling. I love these. They are so, so fun. They're whimsical and interesting, and they do take me back to my childhood, which I love. So I'm excited to use perhaps some of these in my current journal. So gorgeous. And I just love these backgrounds. How beautiful are they? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. And this one here, again, I have an idea in mind for a different journal, so I'm loving those little black, white and brown or vintage tones. So excited, so excited. And some bookmark size or tags. You could turn them into tags, just gorgeous. Again, all in the one kit. Okay, and then as you see, I have printed some 4 to a page. Yes, they're 4 to a page or 2 to a page, which I thought were lots of fun to use in different ways. So okay, so that's the first pack that I purchased. And just popping this aside. And then this one here is limited edition number 57. So these kind of go that way. Just check. Sorry, I'm just checking I'm in camera okay. Oh my gosh, they're pretty. I just love them. Beautiful birds with the blue background. And mice, aren't they cute? Can you tell which ones I want to use in my current journal? I just think they're so adorable. And I've mentioned before, my theme for my journal at the moment is Wonderland. So anything whimsical or out of the ordinary, you know, animated animals. It just sings to me Wonderland. I'm getting a little bit of a Cinderella vibe. I'm sure she would live in Wonderland if she could. Okay. They're just beautiful. It's the sweetest little picture of that little girl. Okay, I'm turning around again. I love the vintage of those. You know it talks to me. And some butterflies or moths. And then there's some circle ones in this kit as well with the numbers on them, which I really think they're going to be really fun to use. They're just, every image is so whimsical and fun and a little bit different from the next, which makes it really exciting. I love the hot air balloon. And again, I've printed them in different sizes, so I'll just quickly flip you through what I have. Giving myself options. So fun. So again, that was limited edition number 57. And I have a feeling when you go to the Etsy shop, I have a feeling they're in a folder called, I'm not sure if it's called Mega Bundles. I'll just check that for you. I won't be a moment. Sorry about that. I believe it's called Mega Bundles or Mega Bundle Packs. So keep an eye out on their Etsy page. I will link the Etsy page below so that you have easy access to it. And this is limited edition number 34. So if you check the description below this video, you'll find the link for AntiquePaperie. I'm looking at the chickens playing tennis and it's absolutely cracking me up. And some playing cricket. I mean, how hilarious is that? I love it. I just love it. Okay. Love this. So fun. Again with the vintage theme, I just love them. Love them, love them. So excited. Okay. How could you not smile when you look at those? Oh, golly gosh. So beautiful. And I really love these beach ones too. Okay, I have some serious fussy cutting to do, guys. Love, love, love these. I love everything about these. And again, I've printed some a little bit smaller so I could play with different sizes. Okay, so again, that was limited edition number 34. So honestly, do yourself a favour and go and have a look at the limited edition kits. I just love them, and I hope that there'll be more of them in the future because they're really, really versatile and really, really fun. So I'm just going to scoot you down a little bit. Okay, so I'm hoping that that view is okay for you. And let's get busy. So as I said, I have a new pocket that I want to create using the Chatterbox as my inspiration. Again, I'm going to use tea-dyed paper. You could possibly use book paper or music paper or any kind of paper really, depending on how you want it to look in your journal. I've decided to go with the tea stain paper. And I've had a play with it just because I wanted to check on the size to see how the sizing would work. I also wanted to check on my new idea for a closure. So now that I have that sorted, and I will just double check my starting size. Okay, so I'm starting 6.5 square. Or as square as I can be. Okay, and I will just remind you too, so I'm doing it 6.5 so it fits on my current, or in my current journal. So just to let you know that this signature page is about 5 3/4 wide. So I'm starting at 6.5 and it's to fit a 5 3/4 page. So if you have a page that is a little bit more or a little bit less in size, you might want to adjust your starting size accordingly. Okay, so I just have some little bit shabby edges, so I'm just going to fold again. As I said, I'm using the Chatterbox as my inspiration, so folding corner to corner. Oh my gosh, that almost looks square. I shouldn't jinx myself. So corner to corner, and then again corner to corner. And then from there we bring each of the corners to the center. And I am trying to keep it as square as possible. And that one is a little bit off, so I'm just going to, take my craft knife and my ruler, and I'm just going to take the slightest piece off that. Just the tiniest little slither. Okay, so where we were up to, we had all corners except for one. Okay, and then from there I'm going to bring each corner. Let's start with this one. I have no idea what that was about, me turning it around and around and around. So each corner to the center, folding outwards. And I'm just lining up the crease in my paper with the crease in this section here. That was like nails on a chalkboard. That was terrible. Okay, so that essentially is my pocket shape. And just folding that down, and I might fold or score or burnish even. I have a water bottle next to me, and while I'm talking I'm thinking I'm really thirsty. I need to stop doing what I'm doing and have a little drink, and at the same time I'm still talking and trying to work out when it's appropriate to stop talking and have a drink. So and then my words came out all jumbled, so I'm just going to have a mouthful of my water, excuse me. Okay, so from there I think I will ink. I know this is the boring part for you guys, but for me it's kind of when it starts to come to life, and it really does put me in my happy place. So I apologize to those who find it boring. I do try and fast forward some of my inking, or sorry, I try and show it at double speed, because I know that it can become cumbersome for some people when they're viewing, and when time is limited I feel like that is one part that I can scooch through on the video to make it a little bit less time consuming for viewing purposes. So I'm kind of hoping that that works for people. I apologize if you if you would rather see the inking of the paper. I apologize if you'd rather see that at normal speed, but I kind of feel like you probably get the picture or the visual from doing it at double speed anyway. So believe it or not, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to continue inking, and I will do this next part at double speed for you. Okay, there were a couple of spots there I thought I'd miss, but I think it was the way the light was sitting. So the inking of the paper is done, and I think that's really, really pretty. And then okay, so I have some of my cardstock, my craft cardstock, and well, that could be fun. Okay, so you could use this. I think what I'm going to use, will I? No, I think I'll stick with the craft cardstock. Okay, moving on. I have my 1-inch punch. Now, when I did the tester for this, my punch wasn't working so great, so I'm hoping this will work okay. And I'm just going to punch out. I'd like 8 full ones. That obviously wasn't a full one, so I need to be more aware of what I'm doing. I think that's my 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and you probably guessed it. I am going to glue 2 of each of these together. So I don't know if I mentioned that was my 1-inch. It was written on the top. I'm not sure if you saw that. If you have something that's slightly bigger or slightly smaller, it would probably work. And even another shape. You'll see what we're doing. I don't want to give away too much. I'm excited to share with you all. I'm like, oh, suspense. I thought about showing you the pro forma before I started the video, and then I was like, you're giving it away before you even start. I didn't want to do that. As you can see from my brown cardstock, it kind of has 2 different shades of brown. So I'm just kind of matching. I preferred this side than this side, so I'm just matching the sides the way I want them to show. Oops. It's like making a sandwich or biscuits with, you know, I was going to say Vegemite, but then a lot of people are overseas and you don't do Vegemite, do you? So here you would have like biscuits with Vegemite and butter, or butter and Vegemite, however you want to say it. But it dawned on me that there's probably a lot of you out there now who are screwing up your noses, because apparently our Vegemite is a very acquired taste. Just so that you know, I really like Vegemite. Oh dear, the things that you take for granted or you just don't think about. So yes, it's like making biscuits with, you know, butter and Vegemite. Too funny. So I'm just making sure I have no excess glue around the outside. I am going to burnish those down, so I may have a little bit of seepage. Just wanting to make sure they're well adhered. I have no idea which way that flipped, so I'm doing that again. My fingers are actually sticking to them because, of course, I have glue on myself as well as the cardstock. Okay. So I'm just going to wipe around them again. And I'm going to actually, I'm going to let them dry for a moment, because while they dry, I'll sit them on my ink. We might work on choosing an image. And I wanted to use one of the AntiquePaperie. I haven't decided which one, so bear with me while I have a little rethink. Actually, I really loved those mice. I actually want to include some, it's going to sound really funny, but for the little poppet that I'm making this for, fish and animals in general can be a bit of a theme. So I don't know whether that will work for, the pocket that I'm doing now. So I really love those. I think I'm going to go with these mice, and the one that's calling out to me is the ballet mouse, so I'm not sure if that's what I'll use, but just popping that to the side. I do need to, whoops, cut this out, and I'm going to use my craft knife to do this, because I don't trust my guillotine or my paper cutter. Do you call it a paper cutter or a guillotine? I'm just used to referring to paper cutters as guillotines. So I know guillotines really are the lever arched ones. But that's just kind of what I think of. Okay, so I'm going to try this one. And see how it looks. I might sit those over there to the side. So I still have my little discs here. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I'm excited. And well, before I do that, so these little discs, I might just do 2 at a time. I'm going to cut, actually I might, how do I want to do it? I really did just eyeball the others, so I'm hoping I can do the same thing. So I'm just going to cut basically a 45-degree angle. So they kind of look like Pacman. Okay. And I'm just going to use one of those as a guide to cut my others. And if you have a visual of Pacman now, I apologize, but I do too. Oops, must be still a little bit damp. My scissors just got stuck. Okay. And again, sticky. Not quite perfect. Okay, so going to ink around those. Okay, so we have those at the ready, so I'm setting those aside. And now, again, I am going to use some of my scraps that I still have here. And so this little lady will sit in here. Just a little more ink across the bottom of that. I really want it to bounce off of here. Oh, I kind of love that that word is covered too. Oh yes, that's perfect. So I'm just going to use my hands and hold her in place for a moment. I feel like I need to give her a name. What is a good name for a ballerina mouse? I don't know. Okay, so I need to find some papers to jazz up. What do I want to do? Little miss, what do I want to do with you? Kind of feel like my tea stain will work with her too. Okay, so I need to create some. I don't want to use that corner though. I want to use that corner. So again, I'm just using my scraps, my little pieces that I have left over. Because all of those little pieces have a way of bringing something like this to life, which I love. That one's kind of fun. I'm just sifting through my scraps to see what I have. I think I like those two, so oops, let's go this side. Sorry, little Miss Mouse. I don't know what your name is yet. Okay, and I think I want to go from there with this little pop of colour. So I think I've named her Bethany. In my mind, I keep going to Bethany. So Bethany Ballerina, her name is. Just in case you're wondering. Okay. I don't know why I came up with that name. I was like, do I name her with a B name to go with ballerina or with an M name to go with mouse? I couldn't decide, and then Bethany popped into my head and I was like, Bethany Ballerina it is. Who knows, maybe ballerina is her surname. I just want to snip that tiny bit off. Okay, so little Miss Bethany, which way? I feel like that's a little bit darker, so it might add some weight to the pocket, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm thinking, voila, that's what I'm thinking. Let's do this. So I don't need these here for now. Oops. Oh, I'm stuck. Now I have a song in my head. Can anybody guess what the song is? It does make me really sad that I can't have music playing while I'm videoing, because I am a music lover. And prior to doing the YouTube videos, that was how I crafted. I had the music playing. So I do get a little sad sometimes that I don't get to listen to my music. But there's usually songs playing in my head anyway. Okay. It's like I have my own radio in my head. I'm loving it already. I think I was loving it before I started. Even more now. Okay. Sorry, Bethany, I'm turning you upside down. It's like I have a friend in the craft room with me. Okay, and bone folder. I might actually do that from, and I probably shouldn't do that on Bethany. I think I've just stuck her to there. I saved you. Sorry, friend. Okay, I just have some baking paper here. I'm going to use that underneath while I'm burnishing because I don't want it to stick to my journaling card or pocket, as the case may be. You could actually take this idea and turn it into a journaling card too, I'm just thinking. There would be a number of ways of doing that. Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless. Okay, so that's really fun. Kind of reminds me of a collar. Okay, so I need to decide whether to do anything with there. Do I want to or don't I want to? Ooh, I can't decide. The blue is very heavy, so I think I would want it on the bottom of the pocket. Do you know what? Let's just do it. Let's. So how do I want to? Oh, look at that. It's like the perfect angle. Oh, kicking goals, guys. Kicking goals. And I'm thinking I can use the angles here as a guide. Well, that's fun. Oops. Except I slipped. Goodness me, that was quite the slip. Okay, so I'm applying pressure right over where I want it to tear, which worked. Okay, so that is, I might ink that. Okay. Oh yes, I like it. Okay, let's make the rest the same. I nearly glued it down. I'm like, I need to use that as a guide first before I do that. Oh, I'm tearing left-handed again. What was I thinking? Okay. I really am very tacky. My fingers are sticking together. I'm like, am I even in camera there? Oh, yes. Okay, 1, 2. I think that's too small. So green and pink. That's too small, so I need my bigger piece. So I can go this way. And that's possibly even the right angle. I might go this end. It's not quite so uneven. And it's not perfect either, so I'm okay with that. Left-handed again, guys. What can I say? And what colour am I missing? Green. And I think I need a new one for the green. Seems I'm using all the scraps. I have a little bit going on here. Okay. So and again, I will keep this strip. Okay. Why don't I just use this side and then I don't have to flip it around? Oh, because I technically didn't tear that end, did I? Okay, let's flip it around and then tear. Whoopsie. Okay. Oh, that didn't quite go the way I hoped. Oh well. Oh, that's okay. Okay. Okay, so I know I want the blue at the bottom. Oh, yes. And I'm thinking the yellow at the top. Yellow to me is a light colour, so light and airy goes at the top. Oops. And I think I like them that way. I was just matching them against the paper to see which way I preferred. I'll take care of that shortly. I best not put it there. I don't want to stop what I'm doing to glue that. Is that bad? Maybe it is. Oh well. I'll do it when the camera's off. I'm excited, okay? I just want to do my pocket. Okay, and one more. So, has anyone guessed how we're going to close it yet? I'm interested to know. So I love that you can flip those over and journal on the inside. I think that's really awesome. Lots of fun. Okay, so opening this up, I want to work out, I'm wondering if she needs a little something, a little, oh golly, I've gone way over time.